Trang Quynh, The Pregnant Male Goat Story by Vietnamese Folktales. Brought to you by TellStory.net. Stories from around the world.
Tales of a clever young boy named Quynh had spread from village to village across the countryside until they reached the royal palace itself. Curious to see whether the stories were true, the king decided to put this supposed prodigy to the test. He issued an unusual royal decree. Every village in Thanh Hoa province had 2 months to deliver one pregnant male goat to the royal court. Any village that failed would face punishment. The news sent the whole province into a panic. In Quynn's village, people gathered in worried clusters. Where would anyone find a pregnant male goat? When the elders turned to Quynh, he listened calmly. Then he turned to his father.
"Father, don't worry about this. Ask the villagers to prepare 100 coins and enough rice for the journey. I'll bring back a pregnant male goat for our village."
His father raised an eyebrow, but had little choice but to pass the request along. Some villagers believed him, others were doubtful. In the end, with no better plan in sight, everyone pitched in. The next morning, Quynh and his father set off for the capital. They timed their arrival to the eastern gate, where they knew the king often passed. When Quynh spotted the moment, he climbed down into a roadside ditch and waited. As the royal procession rounded the corner, banners flying, guards marching, the king's palanquin swaying, Quynh let out a loud, wailing cry. The guards looked around and spotted the sobbing boy. The king, curious, ordered them to bring the child forward. Quynh kept right on crying as he was led before the palanquin, acting as though he had no idea who sat inside.
"My mother passed away years ago, and I've begged and begged, but my father simply won't give birth to a baby brother for me."
The king couldn't help but laugh.
"What a silly child. Your father is a man. How on earth could he give birth?"
In an instant, Quynn's tears dried up. He straightened, clasped his hands together, and looked up with a perfectly serious expression.
"Sir, then why does the king command our village to deliver a pregnant male goat?"
The king fell silent. The boy's logic was simple and undeniable. He looked at Quynh, small, steady, and composed, and knew at once that this was the child prodigy whose name he had been hearing about for so long.